We got Malay versus the Mayans here. We just learned that the Malay logo is a perfect circle with the little game we played before that. So I'll never forget about that knowledge. We've got Lix. He's got 2 wins in the group. Barles with 6. Lix for survival needs a win or 2 today. If Lix were to win 2-1, he's then tied with MBL. MBL's up against Tato this round. Could get kind of iffy. You never know. And Lix plays MBL in the final round. So it's something to think about. But for Lix, he's known for this messy style. And yeah, he's going to take a risk. And he's going to...
The scout is kind of over there, though. Like, that's really unfortunate. That's just unlucky. Like, Barles could have gone to the other side and been pushing the other one, and he has no chance. And now Lix is like, oh, God, here we go.
I like the risk, but I also love how immediate the reaction was from Barles. It takes people some time, and now he's... Oh, God, he somehow stood in the boar, blocked the boar, and now the eagle is weak for Lix. So, well done for Barles. Dude, there's something happening. I don't know what it is, but that instance right there we saw in the other game too, where your unit can like phase into the boar. And then there's definitely something going on with de-aggroing boars, where the boars will still chase at times when the guy doesn't see them. I don't know. There's been a couple instances this season, and I'm too lazy to really investigate it more, but something to keep an eye out for. What do you think?
He'll have a weak eagle. He's coming home. He's got an okay base setup. What do I think about what?
He's got a good base. What do you think about the fact it's no longer El Dorado, man, and it's now Hulkins?
Oh.
Yeah, you didn't know either? Yep. Come on.
It's still El Dorado to me, dude.
Yes! Thank you!
Hulkins sounds like some sort of Star Trek race. What on earth is that, dude?
I mean...
The Hulking Confederacy? Like, Jesus.
Well, how it went for me, right, is I saw a comment on, like, Reddit or whatever about someone was like, well, you know, historically, El Dorado makes no sense and stuff like that. And they were like, it should be changed to something. And I read that as a longtime AoE fan, you know, and I was just like, nah, man, like, come on, everything can't be completely historical. I'm glad they didn't change it. And then I didn't realize they're making the comment because they changed it. So that's what it is now, so.
Yeah, well, historically, that guy's an idiot. So.
Well, Elix, it could have been worse for him here. He didn't lose his eagle, and he's on gold already. Feels like he's going to play archers here. Pretty nice base setup if he wants to just go for the small walls towards the back. But for Barles, he's already got the militia here, and Barles did see the gold as well, so he's going to move forward. At least I assume he's going to move forward with some militia here with the Malay.
I'm irritated by that. They took away our NS on the Mayans, and now they're taking away El Dorado. What's next, man?
Our NS? I mean, there's a long list.
Take my NS.
I'm sure there's a very long list of things that people who want perfect historical accuracy could start to list off for you here. But yeah, I was shocked.
Read a textbook, bro. Okay, we're not gonna have the Romans up against the Spanish.
But yeah, still has the same bonus. They just changed the name. We've got villagers going to the side here for Lix. Lix has no clue what's coming his way, but for as unlucky as he was before, he's about to get pretty lucky because Barles is probably going to assume that he's not over there. And here comes the 2 militia, but Lix doesn't know what's coming because he hasn't scouted, and Barles is just waiting. He's making it pretty obvious with the way he's moving around with his scout that something's coming.
Very sus.
And yeah, that villager not walled in at all, and Lix is not necessarily known as one of the quickest players. See if he can get a quick wall here. Oh my God! Okay.
Okay.
Damn. All right. Well played. Villagers alive. He was already on gold for a while, so has enough gold for a couple archers. And will be in feudal age. Behind this, Barles is adding farms. Barles will queue up feudal age. Barles has an extremely flexible situation, but he definitely would have wanted the villager kill there.
Malay gives you a certain level of comfort here, though. Going for the 2 militia drush, and then you know you're going to be up to feudal age at a pretty good time.
Yeah.
Even though you invested into that. So he got what he wanted out of that. He got some idle time from Lix. He got some map control, right? And he's sending this scout over, so he's going to spot the archer range right away. What he hasn't spotted is the villagers out to the left. on the fish.
You know, used to, because we'd see Mayans so much more, and we would cover so many games with them. You used to always talk about the Mayan privilege, right? And how the Mayans can just basically fend off any attack, and the longer they go, the better they are. I feel like it's the Malay privilege these days, right? Like the Malay fall behind, it doesn't matter. Like the Malay are going to be
they
much
always
better.
have tempo.
Yeah.
Which is really, really good, especially at a high level. We're going to see Barles come out now. Go for the archer range. He's going to sneak in his wood upgrade as well. Lix is still wandering around with that very weak eagle, but Barles spotted, because he scouted there earlier, he spotted the dead rabbit. And then he went back out and he sees the villagers over there. So he's got a target, and he's sending the militia over there as well. Now they have the armor upgrade. So Lix needs to defend that first. Lix is going for the walls. He's playing a little bit more conservative. And now he's sneaking out to the other side. Don't kill a rabbit this time. Just go for the fish right away so Barles doesn't know.
Well, Barles never scouted it, so you could actually kill as many rabbits as you want. I feel like Lix needed to know, and maybe he even did know that the pressure was coming here, because the militia left his base. But Lix loses the first archer, which is really going to hurt, because the man-at-arms are here. And yeah, this is horrible, man. The scouting from Barles is so good. And so much for the Mayan villager lead that you're supposed to have. That's 2 villagers dead. Could be more, but 2 villagers even. It already feels pretty strong start there for Barles. He's up 3 villagers.
First archer.
Yep.
Yeah, this is really, really unfortunate for Lix, but it's kind of something that he made. It's a situation that he made happen by sending those villagers out there unaccompanied, and then losing that first archer against the men-at-arms.
You have players who, I mean, we've had what, 4 seasons before this, right? And there's been players who they get promoted, and then I think they tend to play like everyone out there watching thinks they're going to get relegated, right? And that's what happened with Lix the one season before, is like he got promoted, and then he just took some massive risks, or he was a little bit sloppy, and he never could really get going. I just feel like that's exactly what this double mill approach is. You don't see the best players go for the double mill. They'll go for like 1, right? Or in this case, Barles is like, you know what? I'm not taking any risks here, because I want everything in my control. So hoping I'm wrong on it, obviously, but Barles is going to love that start. And he just needs to mass up enough skirmishers here and be a little bit careful, because the combo of archers and eagles is not something that solely skirmishers can handle.
The only thing I hate here for Barles, I love the fact he's going for farms. I love the fact he's not like stretching out for that free food on the sides. That's fantastic. He hasn't even pushed in the ibex, and he lost his scout. I just don't like the fact he doesn't have double bid axe.
Yeah,
that's going to hurt him quite a bit.
Well, and I think he probably believes he has the upgrade, right? Maybe
100%.
And maybe he doesn't, because going man-at-arms and skirm is really food intensive. But oh man, the reaction from Lix, Lix is so late to reacting there, Dave. I think he was putting down the layer of walls there at that time, but that is just, I mean, yes, that's a difficult that's a difficult army to face, yes, but like just completely caught out. Yeah, that's we don't see that a lot.
Quality of life feature, Tristan, to shift select unbuilt palisades.
Shift select unbuilt palisades. Okay, so in this case,
and not include the built ones.
Yeah, so when he wants to delete those, he doesn't accidentally delete. Yeah.
Yeah, I think he did it all at once, so I think he drag selected them.
Yeah.
But
well, I mean, not the start you want for Lix, especially when he needs everyone he can get. Fun fact, by the way, Barles has never been relegated out of TTL.
Well, I wouldn't expect him to. He's definitely a platinum player.
Well, it's just interesting because, like, you know, MBL's been relegated, Vinchester's been relegated, you know, Doubts, Margugu. And I feel like people, the way they, like, maybe predict Barles in the prediction contests or whatever, they don't, like, expect him to be as solid as he is. But he's super well prepped. Like, Viper's in the relegation combo right now. I'm really curious on that, man. And Mr. Yo. Ooh, Lix finds an army here. There's some reward for moving out, and I don't think Barles was expecting him to be there at all. And also, Barles losing a couple skirmishers, so it's getting a little awkward there. Lix is housed, though, after losing the house. And Barles is still Malay up a couple of villagers with a pretty nice eco.
This is why the farms are so good for Barles. He doesn't assume any risk by staying in his own base. The wood upgrade is coming in. He's going to be kicking himself for that one, but at least he's getting it here in Feudal Age. And now with Malay, even if Lix clicks up first, like, you're going to get there significantly faster.
Yeah.
This is a really solid eco setup for Barles.
I think Barles just became very unhappy with his situation. And he just said, you know what? I don't want to risk anything here. I'll sell my stone and ensure I can click up. This is normally the time he would have wanted to click up naturally, so I don't hate the decision. He still doesn't know about this other side, though. Like, that has kept Lix in the game. That free food has given Lix a competitive uptime here.
And it's lasted longer because of Mayans as well. So it's really, really solid.
I like this from Barles. Barles will snipe the Eagles. Eagles are just not something with the way the game is scaling that are going to be a unit that Lix will commit to. It feels like it's always going to be crossbowmen with the double range. So sniping down the Eagles and that additional archer is nice. And still just knocking on the door. Like, that is one of the most pathetic little towers you'll see from Lix.
Is that not a hole between those? Yeah.
Yeah, but I guess the tower's still there. But unfortunately, when Lix really placed that tower, that was because pressure was coming in on the other side. But ideally, you think about if that tower is going to suit you in stages like this, because his gold and his bigger wood line is
the villagers kind of failing the house wall at the back, too. It's not going to kill any vills, but it just keeps the archers at home. There's no immediate counterattack or crossbow timing or anything like that.
Uh-oh. Villagers on the side that have just been there the whole time, that Barles didn't send the other army after, have been found now. Lix will run. He does react immediately. But it just, the tempo, as you said, is there for Barles right now. Reaches Castle Age faster.
The eco for Lix is just not balanced towards crossbow either at the moment. He's gonna have 800 food in the bank. I mean, you could go like heavy text. You could go thumb ring.
Yeah,
right away.
That's true. You could go like try and mix in skirm later on as well. There's possibilities, man. But like for Lix, it just doesn't feel like he's playing extremely sharp in this moment. The villagers are just running all around. It's full adaptation mode. And Barles is locked in, man. Second TC's on the way up. Eco upgrades should be flying in for him. That's been the one weakness for him. When you're a favorite in a set, this is the dream start. You are aggressive against your opponent, and they're reacting to you, and they get 0 counters in. So that's what Lix needs to try. He needs to clear this, or play 2 defensive towers and move forward, but the reaction game is just, it's going to be a never-ending cycle of death for him right now.
Yeah, Siege Workshop now too. And it's still only 9 crossbows, right? If he was in a position with this eco disadvantage, but he had 3 ranges, and he was just pumping out crossbows, I'd feel a lot better about it.
Yeah.
But with the Siege Workshop just purely defensive, he's trying to use that food on his eco upgrades now. Barles just feels like he's in a super comfortable position, and he is. He's getting wheelbarrow himself.
Well, I mean, the one thing I will say is Barles doesn't have a big crossbow army. So if Lix were to go the triple range crossbow, play ballistics, which is your typical play, you run into skirms, and that just feels like a waste. So the siege does seem like the right call. Second town center's on the way up. Unfortunately, it feels like he needs things to stabilize for a little bit. Wait for the 2 TCs to cook. Wait till he adds a couple farms. Wait till he fixes his woodline, and then he can push out. But yeah, he just needs to clear this army right now. Nice job from Lix. That's nice gates placed there. And if he just gets in front of this army and cuts it off, he should be able to kill that. And then maybe he can push forward. Yeah, true.
1 crossbow coming in hot. Could deny the university.
Oh, that's what you meant. I thought you meant Barles. I thought you meant the big army from Barles.
No.
Barles moves in. Having the additional man-at-arms is actually pretty nice against the siege defense. And yeah, that 1 crossbow counterattack obviously does nothing. And Lix, I think he saw that army, Dave. Yeah, he definitely saw the army from Barles.
It's going to shift to the left.
He's just going to move out.
For a TC.
I'm fine with that. You get the TC over there. This is risky, and it feels rough to address this, but this is the correct call. You need to push Barles. So,
dude, there's still that hole there. Oh my goodness. If he wants to come in.
Yeah, and we'll see what Lix could do with this. Now, some players are going to add a Siege Workshop in this position, But I don't think Barles is expecting the timing from Lix's attack. I think he's still, because he's doing damage, he's expecting Lix to come deal with this with something. Which Lix will. Lix does have the Mangonel. And Barles dropping TC number 3 in the north. And yeah, the siege.
Boom.
Sorry, they're in defense. And villager goes down. So 7 villager kills for Barles here. Also seeing
not the greatest counterattack there for Lix. He runs right into the TC. And the scrims have ballistics now.
He's on 3 TCs. I think the next extreme, because you're just looking for that next way to get an edge and climb back into this game. The next thing could be a castle drop. And actually, if Lix just holds his current position, there's 2 town centers up here. And he already has villagers on stone on this side. So a castle in this position could make things very awkward for Barles.
I think you need a siege workshop if you're Barles.
Yeah, agreed. I've seen Barles go for tower defense in so many games this season. He's doing it more than Tata does these days.
Yeah, and then MBL completely ruined him with just Rams all over the place. So maybe Lix studied up on that game potentially.
That was the most MBL series ever, right? Like that.
Well, and the very next game, if he could have killed Barles if he had just kept making Rams.
Yeah.
He tried to mix in something else. It made me think like maybe the counter to Barles is just make a lot of Rams.
Well, I mean, Barles tends to, he opens strong with military and then he booms, right? So he doesn't have, and here he hasn't gone for any siege. Lix walks forward to repair the Mangonel. And Lix might walk forward with more villagers. In the end, Barles is just dancing here, and he's styling. He's like, I can handle this, no problem. But his other army hasn't accomplished much. There's the guard tower upgrade now. But, I mean, if Lix finds that town center, which he doesn't know about, he then has an area to push and potentially castle drop.
And Barles didn't have enough stone to make a guard tower up here.
Yeah.
So he's going to have to go for a siege workshop in defense. Really tough to push that TC now if you're Lix. You know, just one Mangonel up there with a siege workshop.
The old school play is just play defensive plumed archer production, and if you can get to enough plumes long term, it's really good for Mayans. So maybe that's what Lix does as well, because that's a really long distance to walk. And Barles has a lot of military in the middle.
Yeah.
Yeah, Lix will drop the castle there.
There's the castle.
Yeah. That's probably a good decision. I think we would be screaming doubt castle if he were to try and move forward. And here comes Barles. He gets longsword. Lix is just coming home, and Lix is going to lose the army. Yep.
Buys him enough time to get that castle up, though, I think.
Yep, castle should go up.
Villager coming forward. Barles is attempting to outpost, but that's going to slow it down a little bit, killing that bill.
What's the military type for the Malay here long term? I guess skirmishers is more than fine.
Yeah, you open skirm, bombard cannon, and then you see from that point forward. I think definitely late game plumed archers are an issue.
Yeah,
they're a big issue against Malay.
Yeah, Lix is. The start was just brutal, right? He's done a good job to stabilize. He'll be on 4 TCs now. This army from Barles may or may not accomplish much. I think Barles might want to get a castle in the north himself. Position himself nicely to treb down that castle from Lix. A little counter raid with skirmishers from Barles there. Lix will just chase him down with Vills. But I mean, like, even there, like, those skirms are just running through Lix. You probably just need to, like, add an eagle or something, bro. Like, don't click 8 villagers after 2 skirmishers, my friends. Like,
or
what's going on?
Or just garrison the TC.
Yeah.
Like.
He does have crossbows going the other direction, though. This could actually be a very nice raid. If he if he walks in and he doesn't auto-attack a building here to give Barles a notification.
I think he's going to be really distracted by the other raid at the back.
Yeah.
Though. He's gonna show Barles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, makes sense. He doesn't see it's over-chopped. Barles still attacking. Nice garrisons here from Lix.
Siege here too, if he's not careful. No, good garrisons. Should be able to deal with that. He's dealing with the skirms as well.
He's getting the repairs. The crossbows are still there. That will be dealt with. The siege survives, but Imp is on the way for Barles, and Barles is going for a castle, which is pretty nicely positioned there in the middle to give him access to trebs. But Woodline's still exposed on the back.
Yeah. Overall, I think that was a... Oh, nice raid there from Lix. That was a really good raid for Barles. Lots of idle time, some kills as well for such a nothing army.
Yeah.
I mean, you won't really need.
We just watched like 3 or 4 TCs from Licks go idle. Look at the amount of villagers standing around here. I don't know, like we've seen Licks play a lot of Age of Empires. He could just be very hit or miss at times, and it just doesn't quite seem like he's fully sharp right now, at least with the eco management. And Imp is in, and I didn't have it on normal speed, and maybe to no surprise, Licks just taps out, and we'll call the GG.
GG.
I mean, Licks took a risk early, tried to lame. Didn't work out whatsoever. Barles reacted to it perfectly, and then it was Barles just super consistent the rest of the game. Not much more we can say than that, right?
7K extra res collected. That's the story right there.
Yeah. Yeah, so I think, like, draft-wise, maybe you're okay with that if you're Licks. Because, like, Mayans wasn't the highest priority pick. He does pick Japanese. He does pick Byzantines. But Barles looks good game 1. Barles has Valley as his home map, so it'll probably end up being Licks' home map game 2, Northern Crossings. Live standings at the moment, Licks has 2 wins. Those 2 wins were only from his series when he beat Rapard 2-1, and Rapard is 6th place in the group. Licks needs to string some wins together. Above him right now is MBL with 4 wins, so still could get 2 wins here and potentially tie MBL. MBL still has games in hand on him. But Japanese for Licks, Vikings for Barles. We've got the classic Civ matchup, but we've got the new water. So the Vikings actually can make fires now. And they also get the new ship, the Hulk, as well as their other bonuses.
Yeah, I think with Vikings, you just always play fast castle here, right?
Yeah, not with how Barles likes to play, maybe. Like, I feel like if I'm up against Licks, and you know Licks is going to play aggressive with Japanese, fast castle would be risky. So I would maybe play back dock, and I would play my own man-at-arms to try and like stop Licks from forwarding me or something.
I mean, I haven't seen Licks' other Titans League games, but in my experience, in 1v1s, Licks is not an aggressive player.
Yeah.
He's a meta guy.
Yeah, he is pretty meta, yeah. I think what Licks can do is on maps like this, he can incorporate the sneak, but it's definitely not like the Vil Rush Licks from team games that we've seen in the 2v2 World Cup. And towers, I think, are just much worse these days, so that's also something that's not necessarily that viable for him. But dude, this weird development, which I think you'll appreciate, and I swear we could have had a conversation on it at some point. Might have even been your idea. In silver and in gold, we had a couple players who I found out later, all practice partners, right? They do this sheep thing. They put 1 sheep in a transport ship at all times because you don't need them all because you're going to push in your deer. And so
and then they think your scout or villager or whatever is in there.
Yeah, exactly.
It's got the flag. I haven't thought about that, but that it makes sense, dude. And then you get in their head.
Yeah. Especially if you already have the reputation. Let's say in round 1 and round 2, you used your scout to attack their Dockville or something. I think it's pretty smart. It was funny though. It was Blue, who's the new Taiwanese player, who's going to be gold next season. Has only been playing the game 2.5 years, which is crazy. So Blue had the sheep on Seychelles in the transport the whole game, and then used that same transport later on to put 19 Cavalier in with the sheep, right? And then the game is already over, right? So it's the same transport with the flag in the back. He waits for like 30 seconds. The second Paladin goes tick and completes, everything's out of the transport ship. It's like surprise. This is so funny.
What you got to do is load 2 sheep up, and then you unload 1 sheep within his vision, but you still have the flag on there, so it doesn't know, dude. He thinks it's like
man, there's levels.
Well.
There's levels to this we haven't thought of.
Yeah.
Oh, true. Damn. Yeah, I mean, I love those tiny details. I think that's worth it. I think the majority of the players are not going to think about it as much as you would hope, but it is happening. And transports are looking now. A detail on that. So Barles found the dock, and then Licks, and this just tells me he's not necessarily as prepared. He actually made the rookie's mistake to scout the back immediately and he scouted the back too early.
Yeah, but you still have time to find it. I hate when players like Daniel. When Daniel played this map, I don't know if you were watching that game.
Oh, I was watching.
But he missed the freaking like dock so many times at the back, and then he just assumed it was at the front because he went there early, and then it wasn't at the front, and then he couldn't find the. It was like, brother.
But it's a real
stuff,
thing, right? Because the game starts and he just clicks the transport forward to scout. But you got to think about when the docks are actually going to be up. So I noticed that, and yeah, maybe an example of just Licks not quite being up to date on some of the tiny details he needs. But he needs his transport ship now.
It's fast castle for Barles. It is fast castle.
Is it like a mid-ish feudal age to just have a bit more eco and then defend? Because I'd be expecting man-at-arms. And I would want
for the barracks now, but he's still got a villager in the queue.
Yeah, it clicks up to feudal age here. Well, with the way Licks is approaching this, you delay your fishing eco to get the barracks up so you can get the pressure on the timing. We've got a villager walking forward for Licks. No loom, by the way, which, considering he's making militia and still isn't mining gold, has me very worried, but there are no wolves on this map, so live your dream, bro.
He's gonna... Oh, God, bro.
I mean...
This is rough.
And of course, Barles is going to have the scout right there, because why wouldn't he? And Barles is going to be like, hello? But Barles is much later to feudal. And Licks
Barles
sees
has a
the
militia
scout.
coming out, though. He's got militia coming out, and that villager still has no loom.
How are you?
Still has no loom, and he doesn't have enough gold yet. He built the mining camp, where he's building it right now. He goes for men-at-arms. He is still 50 gold away from loom.
Oh, but he weirdly enough quick walls
can just
in towards Barles' walls. Yeah, but does Barles realize he doesn't have loom? And Barles is expecting man-at-arms. And the man-at-arms are going to be somewhere, Dave. I don't know where they are right now. They're in the transport ship in the back. That is one very confused villager right now. Wait, can you...
very confused caster.
Can you build an archer range through your opponent's palisade walls there? In their base?
No. No, because... No, think about where the range would go.
Yeah, it would be on the trees. Well, I mean, Barles is paranoid on the villa, as he should be. Licks is going to see the transport ship. And, I mean, I assume he's going to know there's going to be units coming his way. Here are the man-at-arms at the back. Barles, though, needs to actually garrison. If Licks runs around, Licks could get through, and Barles drops the houses there. Nice play from Barles so far. Villager's still trapped without loom. And now
Licks is... Dude, Licks is going to go for archers to respond to this, and he's not going to have enough gold for loom.
But Barles doesn't know where to target, and Licks does know the man-at-arms are on the way. But does Licks get the quick wall now? Or does Barles run through? There's a lot of multitasking. Barles is going to run through. Oh, God.
No loom.
No loom. God.
No loom.
God. Okay, house walls, quick palisades. Wall. Trap him.
Quick wall, God.
He trapped him. He trapped him. Who needs loom? Who needs loom? Loom overrated.
Not Licks. No
Damn.
way.
And
now, don't get it. Don't get it.
Oh, but now Barles traps him because Licks tried to run through again, and the man-at-arms are going down. So much multitasking. Where is Licks' Ville, by the way? Is it dead? It died, right?
Oh, okay, good.
It died to the scout. Okay.
Yeah, you do not want a Licksville roaming around in your base.
Well, the nice thing here, and the thing we never really look at, is the fishing eco. And the fishing lines upgrade is in for Licks. So his fishing eco is actually very good. There's a lot of man-at-arms he has to deal with, though, and he doesn't have that many archers, and he still doesn't have loom. He did also just lose the scout there without sniping the villager, which is unfortunate. But this has been... I know the KD doesn't imply that it's been very good, and the no loom still worries me. But I think the key here is still the water, and if the Japanese have 8 fishing ships, I'm actually okay with that, if I'm Licks.
Yeah. Yeah. Undisturbed fishing is perfectly fine.
But how long do we go without loom is kind of the question, because this is past the stage of the game where players would have already had it.
He thinks he has it.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100% he thinks he has it. He's going fletching now. He's making some more archers. One surprise attack from Barles, and he could rip 10 villagers.
Yeah, Barles
got the men-at-arms in the transport ship going around the backside, too.
Yeah.
Oh, Loom's coming in.
Loom's
Sick.
coming in. All right. I mean, well calculated then, right? With other players, we would say it was just greed. We just need Licks. He's sitting at 2 wins right now, and it's only from that one series. So we just need him to have a good moment here, to have some faith in him. Otherwise, it just feels like it's going to be Barles, and it is over-chopped. And he has
Woodline's
Loom.
open, and it's such a good position down the hill with the men-at-arms. Delete the lumber camp, dude. You got to.
You got to delete the lumber camp.
No, you can't delete that wall. You're still going to lose Vils.
Well, Barles finds value. It could have been worse. Could have been worse. There could have been 2 more villagers down. There's still the fishing eco to look at. There's hawks on the backside. And some garrisons needed, but... We actually have forging coming in. So Dave, we talked about this already. Forging pre-patch would affect the hawks, right? Because it would... I think hawks had 5 base attack. And they do melee armor. But a hawk melee armor is 4. The base attack is now 4, which means 4 plus 1, you're still doing 1 damage, which means that forging upgrade is a waste. We are in round 4. So Lick's still thinking that forging applies to the hawks in a feudal v feudal scenario, and it not being the case is...
Yeah, and that takes away the food he needs to go up as well. If he
Yeah.
didn't get forging, he could go up right now.
Yeah. So... it's a little bit surprising to me. I don't know if Yo is watching the games. And honestly, Yo's had a pretty rough season. But typically, I feel like Mr. Yo would be like, Yo, Licks. That doesn't help anymore, you know?
Yeah,
mention it to him. It helps
Isn't
later.
Licks the same guy that, like, repaired the wall on some wall as well?
Yeah, yeah. It just Licks in TTL when he made... And then in gold, like, in gold, he is still good enough where he could obviously get promoted.
Yeah.
But, you know, some of these tiny details, when you're up against the very best, look a little brutal at times. Loses the dock villager there. To be fair, though, the Zawal one is, like, highly specific.
No, it is, but apparently, like, Yo did that previously, and Licks made fun of him. Yo said Licks made fun of him forever for doing that, and then he did it.
He did the same thing.
And then he did it later.
I think it was maybe Vivi. I think it was maybe Vivi who did it. I'm not sure.
Yeah, it was maybe Vivi.
Yeah.
It was one of them.
Well, as it stands, Vivi's been the best Chinese player this season so far in TTL, which is crazy. And oh my
nice
god, Barles is getting completely massacred.
What just happened here? 4 village. Is Barles here?
Now,
I guess
Barles
he's busy on the water. He's going to lose like 5 vills.
Yeah. Yeah, he is. And I think he's just noticed. He also had to deal with the Hulk on the back there. And got another weird thing is that archers are good against the Hulks. Yeah. It's actually a really nice value for Licks. Wow. Wow.
My god.
I mean, he'll take those villager kills.
Expect that.
Villagers get slightly faster, though.
Gonna make this, they're going to make this a little bit difficult. Look, he can't get her. Barles is like, keep coming. Keep coming. This way. Keep coming.
Yeah, well, she should die. There's still the defense needed. And Licks, ooh, man. He ends up losing some army there. So it got back and forth there for a second. They're both about to be in the next stage. Res collected's even. And that's saying something because the Vikings typically have the much better eco set up right now with free wheelbarrow being in and handcart being in. And there's also a similar sized navy for Licks on the water. We'll need to get the warships upgrade. It does need to deal with the crossbowmen from Barles.
I like the warships upgrade from Barles. I like the fact he's got 6 hulks now, but I think he can start mixing in longboats because he's already got Bodkin.
Yeah.
I think longboats would be a really nice backup.
Yeah, you go Hulks initially because you already have them, and then longboats is the key. The other thing,
you're
too,
also, like,
is
with
town
low
centers
numbers
as
of
well.
longboats. Yeah, with low numbers, you're afraid of fires, right? Okay, he's mixing them in now. So he's going to have the Hulks just to deal with any fires, and then the longboats until he gets the mass, and then they kill everything. Nice attack here from Barles. He kept this army alive for a long time. Licks has been chasing this forever, and he delays the TC, gets an additional villager kill, and that just buys him time to drop that second town center and start massing up his navy. Once he controls water with longboats, just good luck for Licks. If he can't get across those crossings, it's going to be really difficult.
So, again, the Hulk base attack is 4. If you end up getting the Iron Casting upgrade, then the additional attack would make a difference in the Hulk battle. But right now, that's still not a differentiator between the fights. Licks will back up. Licks has enough to defend there. but it does feel like Barles has found a little bit of rhythm now with the attacks. There's no counterattacks from Licks on water or on land, but he is massing some CA. So Japanese CA wasn't what I was expecting to talk about here, but it is very strong against other ranged units. Just, I guess, against the boats, it's going to be an issue.
Yeah.
Yeah, nice clear up there from Licks.
This is going to be really... it is a nice clear up, but this is going to be really tough once those longboats get back here.
Yeah, so you have to go...
I don't even know...
You'd have to go fires
what you're
now.
making against it.
Yeah.
You'd have to, but like once Barles gets 15 longboats, he can just add in the hulks in front, and the fires will get completely nuked.
Nice find in the north here for Barles. Licks had to reposition the fish from the other attack, which Barles is backing away from. And you can only garrison 5 fishing ships in each dock, so kind of tough to keep everything alive here. This is not what you want with your cav archers. You want your cav archers to be at the enemy's base, but just nonstop pressure. Man, I just instinctively keep looking at these 2 blue dots in the eco of Barles, and it's just the palisades. It's so annoying.
Yeah.
I wish as casters we could scrub that from the minimap or something. It'd be such a nice feature.
Another great... Barles keeps doing this. This is like the 4th time he's done this, where he sends a small army of range units around the side while he's engaging on the ocean. So here it comes on the left. Licks is going to come in on the right, but Ballistics is coming in for Barles, and he's got TC defense. Licks won't be there in time to deny that 3rd one. And as Licks goes for the 3rd TC on the left side, Barles is going to show up right there with Ballistics.
Oh, dude, that is so well timed. So well timed.
So good.
And the main thing for him is, does he defend from the CA? The CA are actually in the transport ship now. And Licks actually gets lucky here. His dock villager ends up spotting this, so the town center might end up completing. But there's still a massive navy. Licks has 2 docks placed that he's not building right now. That's 300 wood that you just can't get back unless he deletes that. And weirdly enough, he transports the CA
Power
there.
Going up at
Perfect
the
time.
Perfect moment for Barles. Oh
wow.
My goodness.
Yep. I mean, he hasn't reacted, but now he'll react. And with Ballistics being in, the CA will not accomplish much. Barles is still running around with the crossbows, and he's got the longboats into the back as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, with no Ballistics.
Here for Licks.
Yeah, it really is. It was back and forth there for a little while. But in the end, where do you want to be with the Vikings? You want to be on 3 town center economy, making longboats. That's exactly where Barles is at the moment. And no real possible counter damage for Licks whatsoever.
Now another dock forward for Licks.
Yeah, I mean, he needs fires. I think also if you get clinker construction to add the speed, you can actually use the fires and surround the longboats. So that is something that people are forgetting. But Barles has been splitting groups. If Barles just groups up with his longboats, he'll have 20 of them. And they take down buildings extremely quickly. Yeah.
Yeah. I think they do better now against units than they did before as well, because they removed a lot of the bonus damage and they give them more arrows, I believe, when they reworked the way the ships go. So I think they actually get more arrows like against the cav archers than they used to.
Interesting.
Could be wrong.
All I know is before they shredded land units, now they shred land units. I don't know if there's a massive difference. Barles just leaning into the longboats more and more. Should be pretty easy. The big thing for me is I want to know, do they take down buildings faster than they did before or the same as they did before? Because they took down docks so fast in Castle Age.
Well, they
previously.
had bonus. They had a bonus against buildings before, but now they have more arrows. So I think it feels like they do less.
Yeah.
Now.
I guess we'll see. Because I want to see... Yeah, they definitely do less now. Because I think this amount of longboats in the back would have shredded that dock, and they also have the support of Hawks, so... But nah, man,
the devs did do a good job at removing, like, a bunch of hidden bonuses from the water units that aren't visible when you're actually, like, playing the game.
And they added hidden bonuses to all the land units instead.
Well, I mean, I'm not a fan of everyone having a freaking ability, you know?
Yeah, they did instead added it with other civs, but yeah, I mean, poor Licks is gonna try his best to come back. I mean, the only thing I could think of would be Imp and some type of tech advantage. Tech advantage for what is still the question, but he is balancing out his res to go Imp.
And it's a forward castle from Barles.
Yeah,
and he deletes it. He might even, oh no, he puts it in the choke. Okay, that's probably a smarter castle. I would have loved to see the delete and then an even more forward castle.
You got excited there.
Yeah.
But no, I think on this map, no matter how far ahead you are, it's really hard to immediately end the game. So I like castles like this. If any ships come in here in the future for Licks, it'll get sniped. It protects your wood line. And you just need to do more of the same here, so...
I mean, Licks has a 12-second Imperial advantage.
Yeah, Licks is completely done in this game. And this was his home map as well. And, like, felt like the build was nice. But I really like how Barles took the aggression to him instead of just trying to defend. Because I think, well, yeah, in theory, you could go, like, fast castle and whatnot with Vikings and get to longboats. It's easier said than done. The fact that it became a super heavy multitasking game worked out really well for him. Yeah,
That's it, guys. We've completely run out of anything to say.
Well, we got careening and clinker construction being researched, but yeah. Licks just seems... I mean, I credit him for fighting. But yeah, he's just completely dominated here. And here's your forward castle. That's what you wanted. Barles goes for it.
That's exactly what I wanted, dude. Let's go. Hell yeah.
He licks his 4 fire ships.
David Castleoff here. Will Licks get this one up in time?
Licks' castle's going up.
It is. Will Barles' castle go up?
Yes.
They're both going up. They're both going up. Barles got treadmill crane, I think. He did.
Yeah, and then he can just back away. Castle will range everything in the eco. Obviously, both players can make trebs, but the main thing still remains that there's just too many longboats on the water. So there's just nothing that you can really do if you're Licks, especially when cannon galleons come out.
What's the better castle here? The classic Japanese one or the Viking one? I like the Japanese one.
I was going to say, I'm a man for the classics, so I respect the new architecture, and I think it looks cool. I'd really like to tour that castle. But the Japanese castle with the snow on it, too, I like it.
Yeah.
GG. Yeah, Japanese just need to do a lot of damage there, like you said. And I think for Licks, he tried. But it was kind of 50-50 there. And then once Castle Age rolled in, Barles, he just kind of steamrolled him. The town centers came up very nicely, and he went heavy onto the water.
What does that game look like if Licks actually gets the building forward with that first fill?
Yeah.
Right? It might look a whole lot different instead of dying.
I mean, just so much about the approach from Licks felt like it was high risk, high reward, or not really well thought out. Like, where was the Vil even going? We don't know what the Vil was going to do.
She was going to do a forward range like Sebastian did against ACCM, right?
But, like...
That's what I assume, anyway.
But, like, the villager... I guess it got spotted, but, like, where the villager walked, it didn't even seem like there was an understanding of, like, where the building was going to go. That's not a great area to go, because there's a lot of wood lines. And then... Also, the whole, like, no loom thing, I guess, didn't end up punishing him. But being late to gold even, I don't know. It just felt a little weird. But, yeah, that was clearly the plan, and Barles stopped it. And that's actually 2 games where Barles had his scout in the perfect spot. It was against the Lame in game 1, and then also there in game 2. So, and here we are. So, I was talking about Byzantines yesterday, because I think Vivi picked Byzantines first on his draft or something, and then didn't play them. And I know Mr. Yo loves Byzantines, and now Licks has gone for Byzantines. So, Licks down 2-0 here. It's still playoff 3. He goes for a Civ, which is notorious for not having any eco bonus, but has a lot of bonuses to play through with their discounted units. And then the Chinese are kind of the best of both worlds. Really good economy, and then also quite a few units, especially these days with the introduction of the Fire Lancer.
Licks could wall himself into the edge of the map and have a really good setup. No stone, but
yeah, it's a pretty wallable map.
Space setup.
Pretty even map. Sometimes we've had some gens which are really brutal. Even the boars sometimes have been really far forward, and getting lamed on this map, it's relatively difficult to recover. But Barles is going to take one of his forward boars, and for now, Licks hasn't gone super aggressive with his scout. If I had to predict the opening here from Licks, it would probably be spear and skirm forward. Because I think if you play defensive, you're just behind in Vils.
Yeah.
And I don't know, you're down 2-0. Like, just YOLO it, right?
You spear skirm forward, and then you have some vills in the center, taking that free food to be able to afford it.
Mm-hmm. Do you think...
And if you're Barles, like, if I'm Barles here, I just go, like, one range walls.
I don't know if
Just
you have
build
the...
up my eco.
I don't know if you have the food to justify it, but if this was a map where I could push in multiple deer and you're going to find a couple, I think I would open Man-at-Arms against Lix. Because you know he's going to come forward. You know he's going to take a risk. No one expects Chinese Man-at-Arms either. But honestly, you're right, though. With the back berries, back woodline, back gold, maybe you don't do that and you just play...
Yeah, you just wall diagonally to the woodline like he's doing, and then you wall diagonally to the south, and then you wall in the gold between those two woodlines if you can.
Yeah.
Or you tower the gold.
Barles... I'm going to double check the standings again. What group is this again? Group
A.
A, right? Okay, so... yeah, so even with the 3-0 here, he's still 3 wins behind Leary, who's undefeated. He does play Leary in the final rounds, so technically could win 3-0 against Leary and steal first place. So it'd still be first place as possible. But I think the bigger thing for him is just the distance he's going to have between people behind him right now if he gets to 3-0. Like, he's pretty solid in second place with Tato and MBL behind, so...
And I mean, you win a game in Titans League, it's $30, right? So it's a $30 game.
Yeah. And Lix not doing anything out of the ordinary here. Just a couple villagers on gold. Those 2 villagers are somehow overlapping with each other. Look at that. Whoop, 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 whoop.
Where are we looking?
Lix's woodline. You missed
the woodline.
it.
You said gold.
My
gold,
bad.
Dude.
Okay, you're gonna want to.
Where is?
You're gonna want to go back.
I'm going back.
Yeah, you gotta look at that. I don't know how you even do that.
That's the 1-2 punch, dude. Boom, 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 boom.
It's what this series has turned into because Barles has been so far ahead. But Lix is scouting out, sees the map, and oh my god, gets nuked by the town center there, which is never good. That's painful too, because that's one of those. If he just continues to run to the side, he doesn't get hit at all.
Yeah.
He doubled back, but he'll see the berries, he'll see the wood line, and 18 pop. Oh, this is definitely a forward. Has to be.
And Barles will have seen that score drop from Lix.
Remember, Barles, he doesn't have 4 deer like you would on Arabia or something, so it's you can't go up 20 pop.
Oh, and he's tracking the vills too. Excellent scouting from Barles.
Every
he's
game.
in the timing here.
Every single game, his scout is finding what Lix is doing.
That's the difference between the players that stay up in plat and the players that are. It's like a revolving door, right? That's a big difference there. Scouting is huge.
Yep. So real quick before this gets crazy, we had to. Well, we didn't have to, but I decided to make it so the middle wasn't dockable here because I was kind of scarred by maps where players were docking when it was unintended in previous seasons. Do you think if this was dockable that people would actually dock, or do you think that that was not a problem?
I think it would depend on the civ. Like if you're playing Woo, I think it's worth it to dock, right?
Yeah.
Just to grab the fish with your villagers. You can also hunt and then switch them the fish and drop off the food. And here comes freaking Barles with the men-at-arms play, dude. You called it out.
Yeah, especially now that you know, like, it's very transparent what Byzantines are going to do. You know Lix is going to send it. You know that realistically, you've had the edge of the attacks every single time. And here we go. Yeah, so Lix sees it. Now Lix wants to go spear skirm. He can't build his archer range yet. And he has to wall in his villagers. Under pressure. Will get the walls. But against skirmishers, especially now that Man-at-Arms are faster than they used to be, Man-at-Arms is an excellent choice here from Barles.
And like Lix was counting on, with this eco going up with 17 villas, he was counting on being able to access that food to keep his army coming out. So now he's got like a super weak eco with 4 villagers idled.
Yeah, and he'll go for an archer. An archer he was not planning on making, so he'll make an archer and then a couple skirmishers. And Barles is just sitting back. Barles is like, okay, I have more vills than you. So go ahead. Yeah, like, go ahead. This takes an extra 2 minutes for you to attack.
To make a follow-up.
Yeah.
He doesn't need to make a follow-up. He can just wall and then, like, slowly get into a range. Like this is so easy for Barles to play right now. It's crazy.
Can we appreciate though how the opening in front of the range opens up directly to the training area of the archer range? It's like there's a little front door right into the whole archer system there. Here comes Lix. And we'll see what he wants to pressure here, but there's no immediate area to pressure.
Tower on the berries for Lix, which means he can't make a tower forward.
But dude, there's no follow-up. There's no archers. Like that tower isn't needed.
Yep.
And now he's gonna take the stone on the front. Oh my goodness, this is going off the rails. This is looking rough. This is the story of Lix and TTL, man. He gets promoted and just, I don't know if it's a lack of confidence.
It is Lix, so we'll see what he can do if he manages to make this crazy. I think Barles has just played this perfectly.
Yeah, agreed.
Like, this is the absolutely optimal approach to what Lix is going to do. He called out the strat. He scouted the villagers coming forward. He sends his own villagers forward to chase them back for the archer range. Then he's got the men-at-arms. Now he's got the walls. He's got the archer range himself to go for a few skirms. He forced out the tower on the berries. Like, everything's going his way.
The only thing that he is going to be surprised by is that next tower. Because he didn't see that the villagers are on stone. He might think the villagers are actually on food in the middle. So here we go. I think Barles will always counter tower this. Because you don't want to allow the tower rush to get started.
Yep, there it is.
And there's the counter tower. So he'll counter tower.
And there's nothing sneaky about that tower from Lix either, because the Chinese line of sight on the TC is insane.
Yeah, true.
So he knew that Barles would know.
And, I mean, Lix is distracted on the wood line, Dave, and he runs into the town center temporarily. But doesn't lose any units. In the back, there's still the scout from Lix just on 1 HP, so he can't really do too much. But there's stone available. That's the important thing. So if Barles wants stone, he does have the stone behind these walls. These are some very nice walls. And he actually deletes the farms there. I don't think he needed to delete the farms, to be honest. I think he could have Vill-rushed the tower. So that's the first surprise, that he didn't send like 4 Vills to Vill-rush and garrison his own tower.
I think if you Vill-rush the tower, you kind of open yourself up to some risk, though. This is like consistent defense here.
Anyways, he's gonna do it now. But you're right. Like now you have more villagers fighting than working, which is maybe what Lix wants. Lix still no defense for the man-at-arms and the scout, but he is repairing it, so he hasn't taken losses there. But yeah, Barles will take down the tower. He's massing his own skirms here. There's an argument for more man-at-arms. Players don't like to do it because they'll delay their castle age time, but if you add like 2 to 3 more man-at-arms with your skirms...
Does he need it?
Yeah, maybe not.
At all?
Maybe not.
What can Lix do here?
Not too much.
The most dangerous thing Lix can do in this position is, like, douche.
True. Speaking of, the other day I was playing a 2v2. Nomads start on Mega Random. We start with 12 Vills. And I'm, like, just far enough away with the starting TC that the treaty let us place it. And then I thought, let's TC drop. That's the natural thing. And I lost my town center, and then I had to run to my allies' base with my Vills.
Was it the Mega Random start with like that figure 8 lake in the center?
There was no lake. I don't know how to describe it. There was a bunch of relics. All I know is it was a bit embarrassing. So I thought you'd enjoy hearing that.
Well, good for you.
We won though.
Hey,
we won. So I'll take that.
Oh, man, another defensive tower when Lix needs all these towers going forward and trying to make things crazy. Look at the res from Barles is looking really good, and Barles still has a presence. Lix is struggling. I'd love to see Barles just wall up in front of that TC, though. Don't even give him a path at all.
Yeah.
Just place some walls there. There we go.
Did you see what Doubt did in the bypass game against Valeza?
No, I did not.
So he goes Tower Rush with Malay. Tower Rush Archers with Malay on bypass against Fast Castle Siege defense from Valeza. Valeza's walled in except for like 5 tiles in front of his TC. He's had a Siege Workshop for 3 minutes. Doubt goes, let's run underneath the town center with 5 villagers and 8 archers. And loses everything to the town center in the make.
Of course he did.
Jordan was casting that with me, and Jordan could not believe it. He was like, if this was guess the elo right now, it's like, what elo would you guess, T90?
Well, I mean, from Doubt's perspective, stuff like that has worked against him so many times. If I had a nickel for every single time I saw Doubt refusing to wall the front of his TC and then letting an army in, I'd be a very wealthy man right now.
Well, so in the interview later, it was an epic set. Doubt ends up winning 4-3, goes back to platinum and all that. Jordan said, if you were playing Guess the Elo and you were to watch that move, what Elo would you guess? What would you say? And Doubt responds with no hesitation. He goes, I would say that guy's a badass. He's like, I would say that guy plays Age of Empires. I want to watch more of that guy. Oh my God. He's so funny.
So, when units are attacking farms now, the villagers get stalled out like after they drop off. No, after they drop off, but if you re-task them to the farm, they start farming again, right? The way it works.
I know that they don't auto-idle when the farm's getting attacked like they used to, but are you saying they still stall out? Because that would make sense.
They stall it sometimes. But if you re-click them back, I think they start working again.
Okay.
They might automatically start working again as well.
Yeah, I don't know. I personally kind of like that if a farm is being attacked, the villagers stall out.
Yeah,
because
it stalls out. Yeah,
it punishes defensive play. Like, I thought that was really nice. From my perspective, I felt like it's something that wasn't broken that the devs didn't need to fix, but that is...
Lix'll actually go up to Castle Age this game, which is crazy, but we're just going to have Fire Lancers from Barles.
Yeah, dude, Chinese, I mean, they used to be so good already. Now they get Fire Lancers, and Fire Lancers is such a nice situation here because you only cost wood and it only costs gold. But I'd like to point out that Lix doesn't have a single kill this game. Like, we are 22 minutes into the game. It is 4-0. There's been a lot of action. It kind of feels like a 12-5 type game, but it's been 4-0.
And Barles has effectively kept him off of that hunt and fish in the center too.
Does Barles
been able to take advantage of any of that?
Does Barles know the Vils are on the stone? That's kind of crazy. He could have been there with that skirmisher army that just went forward, but that is one thing he's missed. So in theory, if Lix can hold from whatever attack and keep mining the stone on the front and hold the forward position to drop a forward castle, that's how the Byzantines could climb their way back into this.
If you're Barles, you just add a second TC and go Fire Lancers, right?
Yeah. Just boom, Fire Lancers. He might be fortunate, and his Fire Lancers might actually find... Okay, now he sees the mining camp. Yep. So now that's the target for the army. And Lix is... he's going to play Cav against the heavy skirms he's seeing, but Fire Lancers are going to be pretty strong against that. I would delete my house and just attack this tower right now with villagers if I'm Barles. Don't let those villagers stay there.
Let's just send one Fire Lancer over there, maybe.
The skirmishers
from
we
got
Lix
some kills
getting
on the
some
board.
Kills. Yep.
Okay. 6-2.
And Barles will just back away. Villagers are still sitting there. Lix is eco. Obviously, it's seen better days, but he does have some defensive towers, and he will be in Castle Age in a second.
Has it seen better days, though? Think about the rest of this game, bro. I don't think it has. Like,
well,
I know it's a saying, but I don't think it actually has. I think this is the best days that it's seen.
I think when the villagers were mining on stone, those were slightly better days. They're currently in a tower.
True.
So,
true.
There's the logic there. And it's just very similar theme to Barles. He never goes all in to go for the kill because he doesn't need to. He's going to be patient. He's already happy with his position, focusing on his economy with 2 town centers. There's definitely a point, probably like mid-imp, if Chinese don't win by then, Byzantines are by far the superior civ.
Yeah.
But we are a long way from that. Lix needs to hold on for a long time. And Lix is on 2 TCs now. Has a lot of skirms. You could hit and run against the Fire Lancers. The Fire Lancers do have decent Pierce armor.
It's a nice little forward siege workshop there from Barles. And he can comfortably add that in. He could even go for that and then a 3rd TC at some point soon.
Even the stone walls from Barles, there's a lot of... When Barles plays, there's a lot of just-in-case decisions. Just in case they take a position or might try something, he always seems to have something prepped for it.
Well, do you remember, like, Barles 4 years ago? He would just get into a game, go fast castle, and instantly stonewall everything.
Yeah.
And that would be his strat, right? Like, it was a lot less versatile than he is now.
And he's now able to combine that with the aggression. And I also think for Barles, feels weird to say because he's been around for a long time, but he's just got so much more experience now making the decisions in the moment.
Yep.
But, I mean, Fire Lancers are not enough right now against that many skirmishers. There's 15 skirmishers. He's going to lose. Lix is going to lose an archer range, though, which is kind of a big deal.
And Lix went for the stable as well, but it's going to be tough against the Fire Lancers. It's a ram opening here from Barles. He finally did clear the archer range, like you said, and he still hasn't cleared that freaking tower. Lix is repairing that. That tower, you can see what it's done. It's forced the farming to be very awkward here for Barles.
Yeah, eventually Barles might just want to drop a castle there or something. I'm a little surprised. If you delete your house and you attack the tower with your villagers, the tower should be going down, but as long as there's nothing more happening there, I think he's happy.
Do you remember on Voobly when Barles made Tia Harabil account
and then MBL
who it was? Yeah,
yes.
MBL was like he used to troll MBL with it in BF lobbies. And
but then MBL made
he didn't know who it was. He made Tia horrible.
Horrible. Yeah, dude. Of course I remember that. Yeah, great times. There's a lot of funny usernames people used to have back in the day.
Yep.
Not so much anymore. We're all professional and whatnot. Lix. He's going to lose his tower to the villagers. He'll move out to a town center, run directly into Fire Lancers. The Fire Lancers will get some value. Lix is looking at the ram. Looking at the ram as he goes guard tower against the push from Barles. Honestly, could have been worse.
And his other TC is being denied at the same time.
Yeah, all the villagers are going to go down there. The Fire Lancers, 16 villager kills. If you also include the villagers that died on the front. And Barles now drops the third TC. Perfect ratios, like military. And, yeah, man. Just doesn't feel like Lix can do too much from here. If there was a timing for him, it would have been early Castle Age with the forward position. But now the forward position is gone. And he's just sitting here wondering where things went wrong. If someone's asking, did Barles start as a clown and then transition? I mean, he did really like Black Forest and Arena and stuff, but like, I don't know if Barles has ever fallen to the category of Arena-only player for me. He's always been very well-rounded.
He's always been a really well-rounded guy.
Well, has to be said, I understand that Lix is likely going to be relegated, and maybe Barles is expected to get these wins, but has to be said, Barles has had a fantastic season. After 4 rounds, he has 9 wins now with that result, which puts him pretty firmly in second place with a group that has Tato and MBL behind him. He will have one more round. That round is going to be against Leary. So it could be relatively tricky there. But yeah, Leary at 12 wins after 4 rounds in the group. Barles now with 9. And then with the third place being the final playoff position in the group, the combo seems to be, who will it be? Will it be Tato or will it be MBL? And they play tomorrow. So Tato has one more win than MBL. If MBL were to win 2-1, he'd be ahead of Tato on the tiebreak before the final round comes up, where Tato has to play Repard too. So I feel like it's really important that MBL wins if he wants playoffs tomorrow.